quickly recap the action from week 3 in the NFL because there were some massive upsets, right? You had the Chargers upset the Kansas City Chiefs, which is a huge deal. That AFC West division is absolutely stacked. And believe it or not, the Chiefs are in last place right now in that AFC West division. They've got some catching up to do. It's a fascinating storyline to follow. I don't know if that's what caused Andy Reid to get sick yesterday after the game. Hopefully he's okay. The Raiders win again. The Broncos win again they shut out Zach Wilson and his mom, in that offense. And, man, just ugly scenario there for the Jets. So, but on the other hand, the Broncos looking good, man. Teddy Bridgewater is an excellent bridge QB for that franchise. The Bengals getting an upset over the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday, taking first place in that AFC North division. So shake up in that division. When you look at it right now on paper, the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Browns are all 2-1. Pittsburgh's 1-2. The Browns won in a big way yesterday against the Bears with 9 sacks. 9 sacks, guys, against the rookie Justin Fields. And so I want to look at the rookie card activity from a lot of the main characters that have big days yesterday. Do a little market health check. Look at which cards are moving for these guys. Look at whether or not StarStock is still a viable flipping platform. So let's dig in. The first thing off the bat, I'll take some screenshots from this, is the latest sales on StarStock. I am noticing some movement. You have, with the Chargers win yesterday over Kansas City, Mike Williams had another dominant performance, and I do see Mike Williams Prism StarStock A's are now up to around $10, and I want to look at his activity on eBay because it's been relatively quiet up until this point, and this is a guy that I've talked about several times that we should be buying. So let me pop over to eBay and look at the sold items. As he was a critical component at 31 fantasy points, found the end zone again. This is a contract year for him. So you look, and on eBay, his base Prism Silver from 2017 is selling, buy it now for $20. You got a lot of slab cards, a lot of short print cards, like this beautiful BGS 9 gold jersey number auto, going for $145. Buy it now +3. The gold vinyl 1 out of 5 going for $500. There's but see, this is the difference. So this is a short print, a silver disco going in an auction yesterday for $17.50, whereas the buy it now on the base silver prism went for $20. That's why you sell in a buy it now format over an auction, if you don't need to force a sale, right? Same thing. Here's a green prism. I know it's not color matched to the Chargers, but still a short print. Auction for $10, a buy it now for $10. So if you look at Justin Herbert, though, I guarantee you his stock has gone up from yesterday. And so I'll just kind of look and see if there's any movement on him. And a lot of what I noticed on StarStock is around these younger players, but his prices got up so high over here on StarStock. I mean, we're talking for a StarStock A Prism, base Prism card, guys, selling for over $100. And you did have 2 sales on that. Somebody spent $115 and $111 on Justin Herbert's StarStock A card. And they're probably looking at the chart going, back in April, this card was up to $350. This is our rookie of the year. They're obviously making a great run. Brendan Staley, the defensive coordinator from the Rams last year, now their head coach this year, put together an incredible defensive performance yesterday. Obviously, those playmakers on all levels of that Chargers defense are incredible, man. That defense for the Chargers is the real deal. And they were able to win the turnover battle, stop Kansas City, and Justin Herbert was able to do his part between Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams. I mean, these guys absolutely are, an incredible team. And I'm seeing activity on Justin Herbert, right? $115 for his base Prism card, guys, on StarStock. And if you look over at Sold this morning, orange laser for $250, best offer accepted. A PSA 10 base prism for $600, best offer accepted. There is a base prism right there, best offer accepted from 160. So wow, that's incredible, guys, that the base prism is trading for that much. And you look at, this is what I'm talking about, the difference between an auction and a buy it now. Plus, this person had their auction end at some weird, crazy time this morning. But here's a base prism, Justin Herbert, that sold for $50 in an auction. It ended at 7:05 a.m. Not when you want to end an auction. If this person would have listed their card in a buy it now format, they could have got $150 for it or $125 for it. Look at this Black Prism Silver selling for around 110. Buy it now. That's a good buy. I see a little bit off center there, left or right, but still, that's a silver. That's a nice buy there from somebody. And, you know, looking at the sales activity, there's going to be a ton of sales on Herbert. 2020 products, so you've got the elevated print run. And, whew, man, look at that Silver Prism Auto going for $1,400. Let's look at 2013 Keenan Allen and see what the activity is on him. Obviously, he's a critical component of the Chargers offense, and dude is just so dominant at the point of catch. Yeah, Topps Chromes are still selling for $4. I know that there's a lot more of those in the marketplace, throughout all marketplaces for 2013 players than there is the Prism, the Select. So, you know, when you're looking at guys like Keenan Allen or DeAndre Hopkins or Travis Kelce from the 2013 draft year, you know, the Topps Chrome is kind of like your base card. Now, they do have a base Topps, but I like to at least go with the Topps Chrome because you can still get them pretty cheap. And then from there, the Prism's okay, but I think the Select is even better. And then I think the Topps Chrome short print parallels like the Refractor or the X-Fractor or any of the color match short print parallels are also going to be very liquid from that year. A lot of activity. I mean, just scrolling down the page here, you could still get a Chrome Refractor. Man, see, that's somebody got a great deal. No, it's a base Topps, but it's got an autograph on it from Keenan Allen for $13. If the Chargers can figure out a way to start winning championships and making deep playoff runs in that difficult division, shoot, man, all the stock of all these guys are going to go up on the Chargers. Moving on, man, the Raiders. Ruggs had a solid day again with Derek Carr. So if you own Henry Ruggs cards, I'd be very interested in trying to sell for a profit, as he's still not the target leader on that team. Not even close. You know, he's still behind Darren Waller. The Bills putting the beat down on the Washington football team. Josh Allen with the monster 5-touchdown day. I want to see if Josh Allen had any. His base Donruss rated rookie StarStock A is up to $75 on StarStock, and that card sold yesterday. 3 of them, boom, popping off, man, popped off. 2 of them popped off Friday, Sunday. 55, 70. I remember buying Josh Allen rookie cards before last season, the beginning of last season, the preseason. They were going for $5-10 for this base Donruss rated rookie. Now they're up to 70. That's an incredible ROI. So it's just, you know, a matter of picking the right players to invest in at the right time, right good price point, doing your homework and looking at, you know, recently sold items. So if you want to invest in, say, Tyler Heineke right now, you've got to look at those recently sold items as he's recently become relevant. He did put up a good fight against Buffalo. He put up almost 30 fantasy points. He made some big plays. So now at this point, if you're continuing to buy his rookie cards, you're paying. There's definitely a premium baked in there based on the expectation. And the Buffalo looks to still, right now, be the favorites to win that AFC East division. The Patriots took a hard loss yesterday to the New Orleans Saints in a game in which Mac Jones threw his first interception. He finally made a mistake. The good old Mac and Cheese Jones. But, I mean, he's still, if you look at all the rookie 2021 quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence threw another 2 picks. Now, it is important to point out that both Troy Aikman and Peyton Manning threw just as many interceptions through their first 3 career games as Trevor Lawrence has. So, if you want to draw that correlation, maybe you can. Maybe he bounces back after this, and maybe this is just you know, the rocky rookie beginning for him. We'll see. He's not getting any help from a supporting cast. The offensive line, the defense is terrible. Coaching is questionable, right? So yeah, Jacksonville got waxed yesterday in a game which they kind of held in there for the first half against Arizona. And Kyler Murray did throw an interception, made a mistake himself, but all in all, Arizona got the job done in a big way. James Conner had him a nice day. AJ Green had a big day. AJ Green had a big day. So when you look at their division, you know, they're 3-0. They're tied with the Rams for first place in that incredibly tough NFC West division. Now, San Francisco with the loss to Green Bay last night. Rodgers got it going with Devontae Adams. San Francisco is now 2-1. They dropped down to third place. The Seahawks lost to Minnesota. The gunslinging Kirk Cousins let it rip yesterday. Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, the tight end, Conklin, Alexander Madison stepping in for the injured Dalvin Cook, and they got it done against the Seahawks, man. They got it done. The Seahawks are now in last place in the NFC West, 1-2. Not a good start or a good look for the Seahawks. And with how bad their defense is, Russell Wilson is going to maybe breaks passing records this year if they let him cook. They're going to have to let him cook because of how bad their defense is. But Cardinals 3-0, right? Rams 3-0. The Tennessee Titans also won because Zanji, Derrick Henry, dude looks like invincible out there, just an absolute freaking monster that nobody can stop. You look ahead to the upcoming schedule, man. The Packers now have a stronghold on the NFC North. I mean, the Bears could not protect Justin Fields for 1 second. He got sacked a bajillion times yesterday. 9 times, in fact. It was insane. He had no time at all, ever, in the backfield to make anything happen. In fact, he had negative fantasy points because of this. So, big takeaway. The Bears' offensive line stinks. The Minnesota Vikings are 1-2. But I mean, they're a high scoring team. Their defense needs to get better. They got better yesterday, so it's a promising sign. The Lions put up a fight in every single one of their games this year thus far, and they barely lost yesterday to the Baltimore Ravens, and it was due to a 66-yard NFL record kick. And you know what was crazy in that Cardinals-Jacksonville game is that Matt Prater went for a 68-yard field goal at the end of the first half and missed the field goal, came up just short. The Jags defender caught it and returned it 109 yards for a touchdown. So that was an incredible play yesterday there. But Justin Tucker got his done for the Ravens, a 66-yard field goal to beat the Detroit Lions at the last second of the game. Man, so another big upset from yesterday was the Cincinnati Bengals over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you look at that division now, you got the 3 teams on top there at 2-1, the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Browns. Out of all of those, the Bengals is the most surprising. I mean, their front 7 put pressure on Ben Roethlisberger, and I don't know how much Ben Roethlisberger is going to last out there. He dumps the ball off so much to Najee. You wonder if he can't push it downfield. It's obvious that he's highly immobile, right? Can't run hardly at all. All in all, looking at all the rookie card activity from yesterday, look at a guy like Teddy Bridgewater. He didn't have a massive day, but he is leading the helm on the Denver Broncos, now 3-0, and their defense is good. Teddy Bridgewater is such a good game manager. He's smart with the ball. His StarStock A prisms are up to $30 now on StarStock, and the cards, not a whole lot of activity. People aren't willing to spend that $30, but you look over at eBay on a 2014 Prism Teddy Bridgewater. And I know I'm kind of bouncing around a lot in this video. I want to get the information out, share you guys my top takeaways from week 3, and then I'll spend some time to really formulate a specific topic and dive into here this week on the quest. I mean, look at this auction, dude. A silver prism Teddy Bridgewater went in an auction yesterday for $5.50. What a steal. I mean, the person that bought that won that auction, can take that card and flip it immediately for 5x that amount in a buy it now. Just list it in a buy it now and let it sit. Same thing with this prism. Another silver that went for $10.55. So this is the crazy thing, guys. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater's on a winning team. They're 3-0. He's safely, securely the QB1. Denver's likely now to make the playoffs with how good their defense is playing. Now, I know they're in a very difficult division. It's early, but this is the kind of guy that if you're right on Denver making the playoffs, they're going to continue to trend upward. They'll get Jerry Jeudy back later in the season. The weapons are just fine there. I mean, Javonte Williams looked good yesterday. Nice game from him. Cortland Sutton's a beast. He's an alpha. Noah Fant's a stud. KJ Hamler, man. KJ Hamler is a baller. So Denver Broncos got the weapons. You know, their defense is really good, and that's why they're 3-0 with the Raiders. The Chargers are now 2-1. That was the big upset over the Chiefs yesterday. Crazy, crazy division, the AFC West. AFC East, Miami lost again, although Miami with Jacoby Brissett put up quite a fight. I thought Brissett looked better than Tua so far this year. That's an interesting storyline to watch there, is what happens between Brissett and Tua. Because Brissett had a solid day yesterday. I love looking at the Tennessee Titans because when you look at the AFC South division, there's nobody that you can really see winning that division other than the Titans. And I mean, is there anybody that can stop Derrick Henry? The guy is an absolute monster, guys. That's why there is no comparable player to him. He's the most physically gifted, intimidating beast mode of an NFL player we've probably ever seen in the history of this league. Tremendous amount of sales. It's like over 50 sales, Derrick Henry yesterday. Nobody can stop this guy. He steamrolled over a ton of defenders again yesterday. Just boom, man. You don't want to be on the other side of getting stiff-armed or run over by Derrick Henry doing his thing. Titans are going to win that division. And now you look at their receiving weapons. Tannehill's not bad. You know, he's not bad. Yeah, he does throw a couple interceptions here and there. And he's not a Hall of Fame, probably not going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. You know, I kind of compare him to like a Sam Darnold, you know. And they're guys that I'm not like super bullish about their long-term careers. Their scan progression is not always very sharp. They do make some mistakes, but they're getting it done right now for their teams. And they've got great playmakers. And the Titans got one of the best in the game in Julio Jones and A.J. Brown. And I stunk that A.J. Brown left early in that game yesterday with a hamstring injury. But Julio Jones, he's a Hall of Famer, and the Titans are going to make the playoffs. So we should be investing in Julio Jones right now. I feel that's an incredibly safe investment. So when you look at him, and that's going back to 2011, like AJ Green. So when I look at 2011 Julio Jones, I'm looking at sales already this morning. Two sales already this morning on PSA 9, PSA 10, Chrome, and then look at sales from yesterday, 3. A lot of activity on that Topps Chrome, the Topps, the short print, the Bowman. I mean, somebody got a steal on an auction yesterday, the double lot of Julio Jones for $550. You go over to StarStock and you look at Julio Jones, and just understanding the scarcity of 2011 cards, that Bowman Chrome is a scarce card. These are short print cards. These cards, if you look at the quantity comparison of the Bowman Chrome, which was like a Topps Chrome, Bowman Chrome insert from 2011, It's definitely the short print variations. Cool pose there. Cool picture. I like them a lot, and they're selling for $45 to $60 over here on StarStock. No recent sales because most of us are savvy. Most collectors and investors now are savvy. We've got a ton of information at our fingertips, and we see this and we're like, okay, that's great, but unless you live overseas, shout out to my Belgian brother Martin, then you have the ability to go over to eBay and say, well, that's what I'm looking for. Holy crap, there you go. You can get them for $5. That's a steal. Go ahead and get that in your possession. Hold it till later in the playoffs. Maybe you send it into SGC, get it graded, get it back before the playoffs. Tennessee's definitely making the playoffs. There's your flip opportunity. Same thing with A.J. Brown. He's got to get going, guys. Got to get going. And he's so young that, you're safe holding him for long term, right? But with the Hall of Fame status, the standings for Tennessee, they're definitely going to be making the playoffs. I don't see a way they don't make the playoffs this year. They don't win that division. I'd be shocked, especially when you look at the beast in that backfield. That is Zanji. So those are my big takeaways from week 3. Starting to see some really nice season-long trends. Big divisional matchup tonight. Monster divisional matchup tonight that has first place NFC East implications behind the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. I can't wait for that game tonight. Very excited about it. Going to be watching closely. And then, like I said, I'm going to be digging in specific topics and research for the quest. And I'll be releasing here in the next couple of days. Subscribe, like the video, stay tuned. See you there. Peace. Trying to calibrate myself after a difficult day of football yesterday. Bucks, man, my Tampa defense really struggled to stop the Rams in any capacity, man. And Tom Brady balled out, all things considered, but it stunk that we didn't have Antonio Brown. I thought Scotty Miller would fill those shoes of AB, but it was actually more Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson had a solid game yesterday, and that guy, he's been prolific in college, and so happy to see him get involved, get some targets yesterday. But man, it wasn't so much our offense struggling as much as our defense could not stop the Rams and give us enough chances. Now, we did go 3 and out a couple times earlier in that game, which you think, well, we had to, looking back, we really needed to score every single drive to stay in that game and potentially beat the Rams if we weren't going to stop them, right? So, it's one of those things. We take it. We were in Los Angeles. We knew it was a difficult matchup, and we got to take the L and move on. But you look at the other side, the Rams, man, they're a force. They are an absolute force. They got one of the best rosters in the NFL right now. It's incredible. You saw Van Jefferson targeted several times super deep. Higbee had him a day. Cooper Kupp had him another day again. So let's look at the activity on Cooper Kupp. When you look at that division, Jacksonville also beat Jacksonville. Look at me. Drink more coffee. All right. Let's start the show. Hopefully it's not, corona or anything crazy. Just jokingly, thinking, man, maybe that's why he got sick, because now he lost 2 in a row, last place in the AFC West division. People are sleeping, people are getting up, getting ready for work, doing their thing, and you've got Darren Waller and Henry Ruggs. Guys, more coffee. It's cold, but it's okay. I need the caffeine. 5 touchdowns, so Buffalo fans are breathing a little sigh of relief today after that game yesterday. Yeah, I know I look weird, guys. I gave myself a haircut on Saturday, and that's one of the ways that I save money, so I can, save that $20 every other week or every month that I would spend on a haircut. buy another SP rookie card of an undervalued skill position player. And, I started trimming the mustache, and with the kids running around, I went, whoop, and trimmed a little bit too much. And I was like, you know what? This thing's kind of driving me crazy anyway with, old food getting stuck in it. And if you eat the right kind of food, you'll be smelling it a couple of hours later. It just kind of drives me nuts when it goes over my lip anyway. So I shaved it all off, but I know I look weird. My daughter's been telling me I look weird all weekend. It's going to take a couple days to get used to. I know guys that are big fans of Jacoby Brissett.